The Zambezi flows, a silent, dark serpent under a sliver of moon. From the northern bank Zambia, 7 shadows detach themselves from the jungle. They are ZANLA cadres, young men from the districts of Guerrilla, Hurungwe, and Makonde. Their pockets hold not personal effects, but a dangerous ideology and a notebook filled with training notes from the Nanking Military College, dated the previous November and December. They slip into the water, their movements quiet and purposeful. This is not the first incursion, others had crossed before them, only to be captured, but they are determined. They are the spark. Their mission, to sever the Kariba power line, the artery carrying 70% of Rhodesia's electricity, and then, under the cover of the ensuing blackout, attack the town of Sinoia itself. For weeks, they have moved through the rugged terrain, a ghost of a threat. But the bush has eyes. The British South Africa Police's Police Anti-Terrorist Unit PATU, men more accustomed to the beat than the battlefield, has detected their presence. The wire is stripped, the trap is set. The sun crests the rocky kopjes, bathing the land in a sharp, morning light. It begins not with a declaration, but with a single, shocking crack of a rifle. The battle begins, a day-long siege. The 7 guerrillas, caught in the open, scramble for the nearest cover, a scattering of large granite boulders and a rocky outcrop. It becomes their fortress, their tomb. The first clash, the initial exchange of fire is frantic. The PATU unit, armed with their standard-issue rifles, lays down suppressing fire. The guerrillas return it, their shots ringing out, keeping the police at a distance. The air fills with the sharp, unmistakable scent of cordite and kicked-up dust. This is not a single, decisive charge, but a skirmish, a deadly game of cat and mouse that will stretch for hours. The tide turns, the dragonfly arrives, the Rhodesians have a decisive, modern advantage. The distinctive, mechanical thrum of an Alouette helicopter echoes through the valley, growing from a buzz to a roar. It appears over the tree line, not as a transport, but as a gunship. It circles, a predatory dragonfly. The side door is open. A gunner leans out, the machine gun in his hands coming to life. A torrent of fire rakes the guerrillas' position. Rock fragments and dirt explode around the 7 men, pinning them down. The helicopter is the anvil, preventing any retreat or flanking maneuver, while the PATU units on the ground act as the hammer. The long afternoon, the battle settles into a grim rhythm. The guerrillas, disciplined and determined, use the terrain to their advantage. Every time a policeman raises his head, a well-aimed shot forces him back down. They are surrounded, outgunned, and hunted from the air, but they refuse to break. Their fire is measured, precise. They are making every bullet count. The sun climbs, beats down, and begins its slow descent. The gunfire is not constant, it ebbs and flows, bursts of activity followed by tense, watchful silences that are almost worse. The final violet and the silence. As the afternoon light begins to soften, a change occurs in the rhythm of the battle. The fire from the rocky kopje becomes sporadic. A single shot here. A pause. Another shot there. The intervals between gunshots grow longer, more desperate. The Rhodesian forces, sensing the shift, tighten the cordon. Then, the final shot echoes and fades. An unnatural, heavy silence falls upon the bush. The only sound is the fading whir of the helicopter as it peels away, its work done. The police advance with caution, weapons raised. They find the 7 where they fell. Their ammunition is exhausted, they fought literally to their last bullet. The notebook from Nanking is recovered from one of the bodies, a cold, hard fact in the heat of the aftermath. The Rhodesian forces survey the scene. It is a flawless tactical victory. They have suffered no casualties. The birth of a legend. A ZANU spokesman abroad would later claim 25 policemen dead and 2 helicopters shot down. But in Salisbury maximum security prison, the truth of the matter is irrelevant. The legend has already taken root. The news slips through the bars like a ghost. Chinhoyi-Seven of hours. They fought all day. They fought until they had nothing left. Among the detained nationalists, including a young Edgar Tekere, the reaction is not mourning, but a fierce, electrifying joy. They went wild with joy, as Tekere would later write. The Seven were not defeated, they were martyred. They had stood against the might of the state for an entire day and had chosen death over surrender. In their failure, they had written a playbook for defiance. Fade to modern day. The site of the skirmish is now the Mashonaland West Provincial Heroes Acre. A museum stands nearby, built by the National Museums and Monuments of Zimbabwe. The anniversary of the battle is celebrated as Chimurenga Day. The 7 men who died in that rocky patch of bush lost their military engagement. But in the echo of their final, spent bullets, they ignited a war that would change a nation. The Rhodesians won the battle. But the 7, in their enduring legend, helped win the story.